Okay, so in general, first of all, not for no reason, the days of Hanukkah are falling exactly in the peak of the winter when the nights are the longest and the cold is the most severe. It's to show us about the importance of the mitzvah of candles lighting in Hanukkah to brighten the worst darkness, to warm the coldest nights. This is a big mitzvah to bring out the light out to the world, and the light will be the most effective in the darkest hour. That's when we need it the most. So first of all, the main intention in Hanukkah is to pull light, is to bring down light. Now we can see that also by the order and the ritual traditional way of the candles lighting, that in the first day we're lighting one candle, and in the second one, two candles, in the third, three, and on, showing that the light is increasing. Every day we are able, based on yesterday, to bring another portion of light down to the world. And the eighth day, the number 8, is the number that represents infinity. It means that we were able to channel the light to an automatic illumination that already, like an energy field that works on its own. It's already circling by itself in shape of infinity. It does not need our push no more. We completed our mission by pulling enough light to let the engine work on its own. There were two wonders that are known and mentioned about Hanukkah. One of them is the fact that the oil that was found in the temple, in the almost destroyed, in the contaminated temple of Hashem that was damaged and destroyed by the Greeks, there was a miracle with it that, first of all, it was found sealed, closed, that a hand of an non-kosher servant did not touch it and did not contaminate it. And why was it a miracle? Because they made sure to contaminate all the oils. They opened all the bottles, all the jars. That's what part of their mission. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to contaminate our oils and all the holy way of our God worshipping in the temple of Hashem. So after working so hard on that, the fact that Hashem kept one sealed was an enormous miracle. And the second part of that wonder was that the process of making new oil is a process that takes 8 days till you bring out more oil from pure fruits that were just picked from the trees. So that process was too long for one candle, for one jar, small jar of oil. But the wonder was that the oil kept on flaming the candle, the menorah, for 8 days. Now, this is a wonder that took place in many forms in the tradition of the people of Israel. We know that the bread of the temple, lechem hapanim, was also kept warm for 6 days, from one Shabbat till the next, until the next Shabbat. And during the all days of the week, it was kept hot, as if it just came out of the oven. And that's one example. It's written about the candles of Shabbat, of Sarai Menu, and then of Rivka, that they were burning for the whole days of the week as well, like the candles of the menorah, that with that wonder. So, and there were more miracles that are showing that the Maker is beyond time and beyond the limitation of place, that he is above nature and rules nature. There is a great story about one of the Tanaim, of the sages, Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa, that one time his daughter was very scared right when Shabbat started, and he saw her like in great pressure, and he asked her, why are you afraid? And she just lit the candles of Shabbat before Shabbat, and then she realized that instead of oil, she put vinegar into the cups of the candles. Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa told her, the one who told the oil to burn, he will tell the vinegar to burn. The will of Hashem that oil will burn makes oil burns. If Hashem will not want oil to burn, oil will not burn. It's all in the hands of Hashem. When Hashem will want vinegar to burn, vinegar will burn better than oil. And that wonder took place, and the vinegar burned, and the candles did not turn off. So we can see that miracle in Hanukkah, that is reminding us that we are under the supervision of Hashem and not under the rules of nature. And this is one illumination that's supposed to be in our minds, to know that the lights of the candles are a source of inspiration because of the fact that it's a spiritual light and it's not a physical candle that we think about. That mitzvah that took place thousands of years ago and still being kept in such amazing joy and dedication, and it's such a source of hope and inspiration for generations, for millions of people, for thousands and thousands of families along the generations, always kept and keeping that mitzvah. And even secular families, like it's like one of the brightest hours of all times, that always Jewish people lighting the Chanukiah on Hanukkah. It's like a fun holiday for everyone, like everyone are excited about it. So that's one. The second one is the fact that a small amount of people, the Maccabites, the Hashmonaim family, were able to go and fight against a huge army and to win, to defeat them and to reject them and to stand up for our people. Although they were the minority, they were a very small amount of people, and also not qualified warriors. They were no soldiers, they were scholars. They're Kohanim. They are like the family meant to serve in the temple of Hashem. Like the maximum that they know is like how to slaughter an animal. We're talking about ritual slaughterers and servants in the temple of Hashem. And those scholars decreed on themselves 3 days of fast before they went out for the war. It's reality that they were no physical heroes and warriors, but the salvation that took place was above nature as well. So this is another wonder that we're mentioning and reminding ourselves in the days of Hanukkah, that even though that sometimes we find ourselves small and weak and not qualified for huge missions on earth, in the end of the day, whoever Hashem wants to win, his hand is overpowering the other. And based on that hope and based on Hashem's power, we trust and we walk and we work and we do our things. So the halakha in general, without getting into specific details and exact hours, the halakha is saying that we should start the candle lighting as early as possible after dark, like when people are coming back to their homes from the market, from their jobs. It's probably around 5 p.m. or so in these days of winter. And if a person does not have the ability to lit, so he needs to lit the candles as fast as possible. And if he needs to go on the road or something like that, so there's a way to lit candles even before sunset if the candles will be lit for at least half an hour into the dark. So if like you don't have a choice and you must go for a long drive and you won't be back till tomorrow morning and you don't have no way to lit candles elsewhere, like a real complex situation, so then there's a way to lit candles before sunset, before Shkia, and but in that term that the candles are not those small simple ones that lit for half an hour, just longer for them to lit at least half an hour into the dark, into the night. Now, the bigger mitzvah is when people can see, because the mitzvah is lepirsume nisa. It's to advertise the miracle. It's for people to see, for people to ask and see, oh yeah, it's Hanukkah. I remember myself once I went for Hanukkah Shabbat to Uman in Ukraine, to Rabbi Nachman of Breslev. And on my way back, suddenly I looked at buildings on the side of the roads. We were on our way back. It was night, and I couldn't see no Chanukiah. And I was thinking to myself, like, of course, like it's not a Jewish area, like on the highway to like from Uman to Kiev, like it's like hard to, but I was hoping to see one. And then suddenly I saw that trail of Chabad vehicles driving with the Chanukiot on their roofs. So it was kind of like, whoa, you're looking for a Chanukiah, Hashem will send you a Chanukiah. So the fact that you illuminate the night for other people, for them to see the candles, that is the greatest mitzvah. So if there's a way to make the Chanukiah standing on the window for it to be seen to people who walks, so that's great. But if, for an example, there are no people walking, like people lives in a farm or in an area that is not settled or something like that, so then it's a great mitzvah to let the Chanukiah inside the house where the family members can see. It's exactly the same. Like if people will see it, so then you achieved the goal. And then the way and the order to lit the nerot, the candles in the Chanukiah, is from the left to the right on the right side. What does it mean? You lit the first one on the right side of when you look at the Chanukiah, you hold the light, the match or the candle that you use to lit with, and you lit the one to your right. In the second day, you lit the one to its left first, and then go back to the one that you lit yesterday, to the first. In the third day, you go 2 steps to the left, and then to the second, and then again to the first on the right. So you lit from left to right on the right side. Now, you don't lit with the shamash. Many people like lighting the candles with the shamash. They think that the shamash is supposed to be used for the candles. It's not true. Maybe you can do it, but that's not the purpose of the shamash. The purpose of the shamash, that is the second candle, that always you have that second candle, extra candle, that must be on a different platform, a different height than all the rest of the candles, to show that it's not one of the candles of the Chanukiah, but it's still there, but it's in a different space, in a different range. Why? For what it's used? It's used for the fact that we are forbidden to use and enjoy even the light of the Chanukiah for any kind of usage. So it's only to see them. It's only to enjoy their light. So if a person wants to use by mistake the light of the Chanukiah, of the candles, that it will be that he used the shamash light and not the rest of the candles of Hanukkah. That's why we have the shamash, to prevent us from violating the candles of Hanukkah by using them in any way, even their lights alone. For that we put the shamash close to them in a different way, in a different level from them, higher or on the side or something like that. And by doing so, we're preventing people from using the light of the Chanukiah, that we are allowed only to see them. Ela lir'otam bilvad, nothing but to see them and to enjoy their light. And then the halacha in general is saying that we need to spend some time around the candles. So it's like around half an hour. Usually we're trying to prevent ourselves from working any kinds of melachot. Like, it's time to enjoy, it's time to chill with the family and like singing songs of Hanukkah, sing the brachot, eating sufganiyot, like donuts. So in the first day you have 3 brachot, in the second, third, fourth and on you have 2 brachot in each day. The third bracha that you have in the first day is Birkat Shehechiyanu. Birkat Shehechiyanu is the bracha that we say on all holidays and Jewish holy occasions. So that bracha, Birkat Shehechiyanu, we say only on the first day. So in the first night and also in the other nights, you say 2 brachot. In the first night, you're adding the bracha of Shehechiyanu. Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, Shehechiyanu, vekiyimanu, vegianu lazman hazeh. Thank you, Hashem. You are the source of the blessing of our lives, the King of the world. Shehechiyanu means that gave us life. Shehechiyanu, that gave us life. Vekiyimanu, and gave us the strength to stand, that kept us alive until today. Not only gave us life, also kept us alive. Vegianu lazman hazeh, and brought us to this time, to this occasion, to this wonderful moment that we can thank Him for His wonders. So that is the additional bracha on the first day. That bracha is going and covering for all days of Hanukkah. On the second day and third and on, you do not say that bracha. In all the nights of Hanukkah, the first bracha is Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav, that made us holy with the mitzvot, vetzivanu, and commanded us lehadlik ner Chanukah, to lit the candle of Chanukah, not ladlik nerot, candles, because even in the second day, third day, the main candle that you lit is the candle of mitzvah. It's the second day. It's the second candle. It's the third candle. That is the main one to aim. Second, and then still you do not lit the Chanukiah. You lit the candle that you use to light the candles with, and you're standing, saying first bracha, saying second bracha, in the first day saying third bracha, and then you lit the first candle of the day. After finishing lighting that candle, you can start singing the songs of Hanukkah. Before you finish the brachot, you're not allowed to speak. And then you need to go and lit the first candle. Before you finish lighting the first candle, you're not talking. But after finishing, you can start singing the songs of Hanukkah. Soon we're going to talk about them as well. So after the first bracha, you move to the second bracha. Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim la'avotenu, that made wonders to our ancestors. Bayamim ahem, in their days, in those days, in the old times. Bazman hazeh, in this time. In their days, in the old days, but in that current time of Hanukkah. The wonders of the Chashmonaim were in this period of time in the year. It was in the exact time as we celebrate Hanukkah each year. Also, the miracles of Passover were in the same days that we celebrate Pesach, and so on. And then we're starting to sing. Hanerot alalu, there are probably different tunes, different melodies. I'll sing it to you now for you to learn how to sing. הנרות הללו אנו מדליקים, הנרות הללו אנו מדליקים, על הניסים ועל הנפלאות ועל התשועות ועל הנחמות שעשית לאבותינו, שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם, בימים ההם, בימים ההם, בזמן הזה, על ידי כהניך הקדושים, וכל 8 ימי החנוכה, הנרות הללו קודש הם, ואין לנו רשות להשתמש בהם, אלא לראותם בלבד. כדי להודות ולהלל לשמך הגדול, על ניסיך ועל נפלאותיך ועל ישועותיך. And also, you can watch all the live videos I made earlier years. They're all on Facebook and YouTube. Each year we're making few videos of my family and I lighting the candles, enjoying the Chag. And then we have other songs. Ma'oz Tzur Yeshuati. Oh, there are different songs. Ma'oz Tzur Yeshuati Lecha, and different melodies. Lecha Na'ele Shabeach, and on. I really suggest to explore. Maybe even on YouTube you can search Rav Dror Hanukkah or Rav Dror candles or something like that. I'm sure you're going to find many of those songs. Again, more Mizmor Shir Chanukah Habayit and on, so now all those are to expand the mitzvah, to increase the light of the mitzvah, to increase the praises. We praise Hashem for the wonderful mitzvah that He gave us. All days, always in Jewish calendar, begins at evening and finish right when evening arrives. First the night and then the day. So the first day of Hanukkah begins when the sun set at the first night. And then all the next day is the first candle. And then the second day arrives and you lit 2 candles, and then it's the second day, waiting for the day to come. In the 8th day, it's the 8th evening, you lit 8 candles, and then the whole day after it is the day of Hanukkah, and we're just like spending the time as a Chag, as a holiday. But there are no like major things to do except for the changes in the tefillah that we praise Hashem, saying Hallel in the Bet Knesset, in the Tefillat Shacharit, and on different things. People that are more strict, more orthodox, they have more like their minds is tuned and aimed to be more strict about certain things. In general, we feel the feeling of the Chag, and we celebrating the Chag, and we're happy with the Chag. We don't go into all those, I'm talking about myself and my family when I say we. I'm not telling people don't do this, don't do that, or do more, do less. I'm just saying where we're holding. We're holding in a place that we are very serious and dedicated to keep the mitzvot. And then the main thing that we try to carry to the day is the essence and the purpose and the idea and the vision of the holy days, more than the question if one thing is allowed or not allowed to do during the day of Hanukkah. It's like more to remember that those are days of miracles, and what does it mean to us, and how we can pull that light and to enjoy that illumination that is coming during those wonderful days. Usually, the custom is to eat things that has a lot of oil, fried stuff. That's exactly. So it's the traditional main dish is sufganiyot. It's like a donut without a hole. We're filling it with jam or with chocolate or with sweet honey or something like that, sweet milk or something like that, that people like cream or whatever people used to. Also, people making levivot. Levivot is another kind of dish. Again, also on levivot, you like different families, different communities, customs, different countries that people came from. They made those levivot in a different way. So, like some are making the levivot also from flour, but like they're gonna be salty, and others are making from potatoes, grinding those potatoes, like shredding them, and with a bit of flour and a bit of egg and a bit of salt, making flat patties and putting them into boiled oil, and that is also delicious. And it's called latkes, levivot. People are playing with sevivonim, the dreidels. It's a known story when Haman Rasha in the Mordechai Yehudi and Esther scroll tale came to catch the Jewish people learning Torah. Mordechai was a rabbi. Mordechai was a teacher. He was teaching the children, the Jewish children, Torah. But there were decrees that Jews cannot learn Torah by Haman, the evil Rasha. Therefore, when he jumped into the class to catch them learning Torah, he found them playing with the dreidels. So he thought that they're just playing, but actually Mordechai was teaching them Hilchot Hanukkah, how to keep Hanukkah and to remember the wonders. In Israel, we say the letters that are written on the dreidels are Nes Gadol Haya Po. A huge miracle, a great miracle took place here. And abroad, in different countries across the world outside of the Holy Land of Israel, instead of saying here, a great miracle took place here, it's written the first letters of the words Nes Gadol Haya Sham, over there. A reminder for all the Jews around the world that they should come to Eretz Israel. So yes, that's about it. It's like a real celebration. It's a real joy, real warm and full of love and pleasant celebration and holiday of our people to distribute and to share.